Hello and happy November. Welcome to this month's collective message for Patreon subscribers. Scorpio season is in full effect, so I figured we would debut the Scorpio board here for y'all since you get the first look. Here it is. Here's the sticker. Get my bookmark out of there. And here's my drawn spread for it. Basically, when I was drawing this sticker, I was like, okay, I want the scorpion, I want all the water because Scorpio is a fixed water sign. I want to spotlight the underworld here, so I have the Reaper and then the stairs that kind of bring us down into these depths, right? We have Mars and we have Pluto, and then some pomegranates to nod to Persephone as the shift occurs where she makes her descent into the underworld. So for the overall theme for this month, I figured it was just kind of like exploring our own depths, right? And we'll just see what it does. So for this particular sticker, I thought it would be fun to, we have an upright and then we have a intentionally reversed, or if you don't like working reversals, you can just use like the bottom of the deck. I might do both. We'll see. There is an oracle card here. I'm actually going to use the Dark Moon Damsel for that, and let's just jump into it, right? So first of all, thank you for being here as part of my Patreon. You get this exclusive video, and I'm just so happy you're part of this world for me. Let's see. So the Scorpion, so that's this placement up here. This is the above energy. This is our core self. This could be something that we are embodying this month, or it's the energy that offers protection and maintains our boundaries while helping to navigate the transformative nature of the journey ahead. As we go into the darker half of the year here in the northern hemisphere, it's a time to kind of retreat, go within. I was talking with Erin a little bit about the Scorpion, and one of the things that she said that they are very good at is they can withstand like being underwater for up to 48 hours, so even though that's not their natural climate, they are adaptable and they can thrive in that placement. So it's kind of like this is the energy again that protects us and is going to be with us during these depths of winter. So we're going to use the felt tarot and we're just going to see what's the energy that we can embody and tap into during this month. And we have the Star. That's kind of a nice energy for that, right? That no matter what, the universe has our back, right? I kind of always think of that, like that's one of the first things that comes into my head when I see the Star. I also know that after major transformation, like the tower, the Star follows the tower. So it's like that hope that arrives on the horizon once we face some pretty deep things, right? So that's going to be part of our journey this month, is knowing that no matter what is happening, we can embody that star energy, that we have the ability to think differently and to really just go out there and be as authentic as ourselves, and know that that in itself is our armor, right? And then for the beneath, we're going to just take from the bottom of the deck. I have not looked at it. This is a glimpse into the mirror world. Energy reflecting back what needs reaping. This can point to what is hindering our growth. Overstepping points to what no longer, or overstepping and pointing to what no longer serves us, right? Beneficial, maybe this needs to be shed. And we have the Eight of Wands, and we're going to put that upside down intentionally. And what that does is it helps us look into the ways that maybe there's been so much incoming, fast. So this is telling us there's this time to slow down, this time to really just take it, and instead of spiraling all of our energy into one thing, we're allowed to finally release it out into the world, right? And so then the third position, which is here, and I have it listed as a pomegranate seed, we're going to use one of the dice. A charm would work here too. This is a talisman to connect us to this energy of renewal, to understanding that no matter what, we don't have to constantly be hustling. We don't have to constantly be expelling energy. We can literally just trust, right? And so the pomegranate seed helps to trigger the shift, and we're just going to drop one, and we have sell. And that's always a funny one in this kind of thing, because it's saying, okay, well, what are we selling? Are we buying what we're selling? And that doesn't mean in the in the actual sense of a shop. It could be, what are you putting out into the world that other people are subscribing to or prescribing to, or that. So what are you selling? Are you buying it? Are you buying into your own idea? Like sometimes I think about those people who, like the con pastor that goes from town to town and cons people out of money. I think about them. They're not actually buying what they're selling. So this can be the shift. This can be the trigger that brings us into that transformation, to really look at what it is that we are putting out into the world, and are we actually using our own advice, right? And then we have the steps here, and I have these as Lenormand, and these are tied to Mars and Pluto. They are the energies to help unlock mysteries, to find the path for our deeper purpose, a way to assert ourselves in order to usher in this change that we're going to be journeying with through November, through Scorpio season into Sagittarius. So I have 3. And we've got bouquet, key, and letter. So to letter, bouquet, and key. And so that's just taking this note from the universe, right? Like, okay, if we are prescribing to what we're selling, if we are actually walking our talk, then we can take that message and say, this is the gift that is needed to unlock this next part of our journey into this path. So it's like, look to those notes from your past self, or even from your future self, because this is kind of like that underworld flipping going on, and just look at it for the gift that it really is, and know that it's helping to unlock your true potential and your truest powers, and whatever that's going to be is going to show up, and help conjure and collect this energy, so that when you're ready, you can let it out into the world. This 7 is fulfillment. This is the energy that's pointing to the outcome of this journey, honoring the commitment to self-transformation. And we've got the Chariot. And we see that as momentum, right? We see that as just, it's almost go time. The Chariot is a very emotionally fulfilled space, and it's showing us where our motivations lie in order to take root, in order to go and to come back up on our ascent when we come out of this phase. And then, so the constellation up here is always optional, with the oracle cards. That's why it's lettered A in the spread. This is telling us basically the energy that Scorpio season holds for you. And we have simplicity. And we've had this one before in the demos. So it's basically telling us, in order to achieve this undercurrent of not having to hustle so much, maybe we need to pare down a little bit. Maybe things need to become just a little bit more simple. And that's going to be part of this Scorpio season for us in the month of November. So as always, thank you so much for being here in my creative world. I truly appreciate you being a Patreon subscriber. It does mean the world to me. If you have any ideas for the Sagittarius casting sticker, I would love to hear them, as I'm going to put out kind of like a poll for that. And again, I'm just so grateful that you're here, part of this world, and I hope this resonated. Please let me know in the comments, and I will see you here next month for our December. Talk to you later. Bye.